Santiago Experience. I'm Ashia,
And I'm Adrian.
and we're here to talk about bariatric surgery.
Yeah.
So I have my phone, so I might be looking down. Sorry. We're just gonna talk about some things that are common in bariatric surgery, or how to go about, I guess, the process of getting bariatric surgery. So just the question is, am I a good candidate for weight loss surgery?
Ultimately that's between you and your doctor, but in my case, I tried numerous things to lose weight, and I would lose 20, 30 pounds, and I just couldn't get it to stay off. And this was me 6, 8 months following a routine, and I just couldn't lose more than 20. I would stop at 20, 30 maybe, and just keep going. And I just exhausted everything that I could think of to do. And I finally come to realize and accepted that I needed to talk to my doctor, and ultimately I was a candidate for having surgery. And so I finally accepted that I wanted to. I realized that a lot of things that I want to do, especially with my children, is hard for me to do. So, and more so, I wanted to do it for me so I could just be healthier. So yeah.
Well, usually what they say is to qualify for bariatric surgery, a person needs to have a body mass index or BMI of over 40.
Mm-hmm.
You can also have a BMI over 35 and qualify with like other
the factors, the pre-existing factors.
like type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, things like that, like a fatty liver, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. It just really depends. But for the case for me, my BMI was definitely above what it needed to be for my height. And he kind of started talking about it, and then I was like, well, let's find out if our insurance covers it. So he called, and they said they did. So we're like, what are the requirements to, go through that process? And we had to do 6 months of nutrition or dietitian appointments. Each month we had to have an appointment, and they just kind of checked to see if you could either maintain like a weight or start changing your eating habits and start losing a little bit of weight. It was no roller coaster up and down. It wasn't perfect, and they don't expect you to be perfect. They just want to know, can you change your mindset to be disciplined?
Mindset, and just start building the habits for when surgery comes, because being that we're 3 or 4 days away, the habits for me didn't really kick in until the last month or so, honestly. And going back to the original question, I apologize. My BMI is somewhere around 60, and I have both type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea. So I was getting it either way.
My BMI was about 35, or maybe a little bit above. No, about 40. It was about 40, I think, something like that. But I didn't have any other pre-existing conditions. No high blood pressure, no diabetes, none of that stuff. Thank God. Pretty healthy. Just have a long history of weight gain in my family, and we're a lot of big people. So. The second question, what are the types of weight loss surgery?
If you've done any kind of research, you know that there's the sleeve, which is pretty common, I think.
VSG.
The VSG.
Vertical sleeve gastrectomy.
Pretty common, which I think most people get. There's also gastric bypass, which is kind of like from what I understand, like the original, like the one that was,
That started
like
it
the
all.
first, yeah, bariatric surgery. There's the lap band, and then there's also the
The dual.
dual one, which is both
I don't know how to say the first word, but it's the dual something switch.
dual something like that. I don't know. It's basically both the VSG and gastric bypass, which actually I qualified for, but the surgeon just recommended still just go with gastric bypass. So that's where I am. But make sure you really sit down with your surgeon if this is something you're deciding to do and decide which one is best for you. Like I said, because of my BMI, my surgeon did say that I technically could get the dual one, but to give me a higher chance of success, he just suggested that I stick with the gastric bypass. So.
And that's what we're both getting, according to our surgeon, which we have the same surgeon.
Same surgeon. We're actually
same
going
hospital.
Same hospital, same day.
Actually, on the same day, which is crazy.
She's up first right away in the morning, and then I am the one following, second one of the day. So
I mean, was it originally planned for the same day?
No.
We went through the process together. Pretty much, we're on track together. He had, do a sleep study, and I did not have to do that. But other than that, like, our track was pretty much the same up until we got to the end, where
I think you switched it just to make with.
I guess my original date.
Yeah.
I guess my original date was March 9th.
Yeah.
But to make it easier for work purposes, not having to use like all my PTO to take 2 weeks off of work, I asked to be switched to April 6th, because that was right during our Passover break at my job, and it was perfect. Like, I had a week and a half off without PTO that I still got paid for, and then I only had to take off an extra week. So it worked out, and then he just ended up getting the same date.
Well, and for me, my original date was actually, could have been February, but I had to decline that because my mom was supposed to have surgery. And then it was actually March 13th for me, but I just started recently. Well, at that point, I had just recently started a new job, and I was going to be out of town for training. And I didn't think I was going to be able to get back in time for the surgery. So the next available date was April 6th. And so that's how we ended up on the same day.
And just kept it that way. I mean, he would have been called in earlier if something else opened, but
yeah.
I mean, at that point, we're just like, we might as well just keep it the same day, continue our journey together, be easier, I think, doing it at the same time, be at the same stage during the weight loss surgery process and journey.
Yeah.
So
everybody always asks us who's going to take care of us if both of us are having surgery on the same day.
The Lord.
The Lord. But thankfully, my mom lives with us, and so she'll be, she already is a big help, but she'll be a big help during our recovery, especially with our son, our 6-year-old, making sure he's taken care of, at least until we can move around a little bit more comfortably.
I mean, we're supposed to be mobile anyway. We have to move to get all that gas paint out, so we have to do some walking around, which is good if he is here.
But,
yeah. How much weight can you expect to lose?
It just varies by person. I've heard 100, 125. I mean, it kind of just, like I said, it just kind of depends on the person and the work that you put in. And a lot of what this is a mental game, I guess you could say, because getting those stalls that people talk about, or that if you've watched other videos, I know we've watched tons of videos on the surgery, the process, and a lot of people talk about the stalls and how it can be mentally draining and discouraging and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be a challenge mentally. Something I plan on doing, which I should have started beforehand, but I didn't because of the new job and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. I look forward to getting back in the gym, to be honest. I look forward to training and maybe compete again, but we'll see. At least getting back in training. I miss that. So that's my goal. As far as weight, I'd be I'd be happy if I lost 125, 150 pounds. But like I said, this is going to be all dependent upon me and the work I'm willing to put in. So.
Yeah, a lot of people say this is not a cure, and it's not, because you still have the mental aspect of it, which he just talked about, can be draining at times.
It's a tool. It's just another tool,
right?
As learning a new eating plan or getting in the gym again. It's just a tool.
You still have to put in work. You still have to follow specific eating plans. You have to eventually get into a gym, start building that muscle, because you'll lose muscle if you don't keep up with the protein. You'll get dehydrated if you don't drink water. And those things in the beginning are hard to even take down from what we've heard. Of course, we haven't experienced it ourselves yet, but it's hard when your stomach is barely nothing and you have to get so much protein in, so much fluids in, and you're like sitting there taking a sip like, I can't get nothing else down. But we're going to find all that out.
Yep. And knowing me, I'm probably going to be hard-headed at some point, and I'm going to give myself probably, what do they call it? Dumping syndrome.
We'll see.
Just because I am one to, and I'm really trying to, this is the biggest thing I've been working on, is I drink water really fast. And so my biggest challenge is going to be the sipping and not taking in so much air and stuff like that. So that's one of the things I'm really trying to focus on right now myself. She's looking up the next question, so just bear with us. But share, if you want, share with us your thoughts, like if you've thought about this. We're still learning ourselves, so but we're happy to answer any questions we can find out if we don't know it, which I'm very good at that because I don't know a whole lot about anything. I kind of rely on her, so but no, we're here and we look forward to doing this, going on this journey. Like I said, I'm happy I'm able to do this with her.
Likewise.
I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else, so.
That's pretty much it. I don't think I have any more questions, but if you guys have any questions for us,
like I said, put them below
in the comments and we can get back to you.
Like I said, we will find the best answers possible, or if we can, we'll link sources and stuff like that, but
yeah, we're not any medical professionals, so what's going to be best for you is to speak with a doctor, a nurse, get into the process of even talking about it, to see how that's going to work for you.
And we'll, yeah, absolutely. That's the main thing, is that we're not, neither one of us are in the medical field. We're just commenting on our experiences, things that we've dealt with, and that's going to be the way we answer questions. And
through experience.
Through our experience.
And we're excited to take you along for the journey.
Yep. So I hope you stay tuned and hang out with us and enjoy whatever random videos we may put up. This is new for us, but it's something we wanted to do for a while. So, yeah, you'll get a little bit of our life and our journey and everything that encompasses being a Santiago, I guess. I don't know.
I promise at some point we'll be a little more lively too.
It's at the end of the day
Yeah.
that we're doing this, and I get up pretty early in the morning, so I'm drained for the day. But yeah, not all of it will be like this. So on that part, forgive us. But thank you for watching.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Santiago Experience.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace out.